Okay, let's dive into this. Welcome to another explainer where we take really fascinating concepts and turn them into actionable everyday insights. Today, we're zooming in on something we all deal with, but frankly, rarely know how to actually switch off: physical tension. And no, doom scrolling on the couch does not count as relaxing. We're going to master a seriously powerful tool called progressive muscle relaxation, or PMR. It was originally developed by Dr. Edmund Jacobson, and let me tell you, it's an absolute game changer for relieving that deep-seated physical stress we literally carry around every single day.
Here is our roadmap for today. We'll start with 1, the anatomy of stress. Then move right into 2, activating the relaxation response. After that, 3, the PMR technique explained. Followed by 4, the 14 muscle groups. And finally, we'll wrap things up with 5, making it a habit. Section 1. The anatomy of stress. It's time to validate that physical discomfort you've probably been lugging around all week. I want to ask you directly, where is your body holding stress right now? I mean it. Take a quick mental scan. Is it in your jaw, your shoulders, maybe your lower back? We often don't even realize we're walking around with our muscles clenched super tight until we actually stop and pay attention to it. Your body is carrying a massive physical load. So the crucial point here is understanding how stress actually operates in the body. It's not just in your head. The stress cycle has 3 distinct phases. First, the perception of a threat. Second, a physical response to that threat, like immediate muscle tension. And third, the release from the threat. Stress is a physiological response, and if we don't complete the cycle by actively experiencing that release phase, our bodies basically become trapped in a state of chronic stress. Your muscles just stay locked and loaded for a tiger attack that might actually just be an approaching deadline or a difficult conversation.
Moving on to Section 2, activating the relaxation response. Because we can't always change our stressors, right? We need to learn how to actively intervene and flip the biological switch from a state of constant threat back to a state of calm. And this brilliantly illustrates how our bodies basically have 2 main operating systems. You've got the sympathetic nervous system, which is our fight or flight mode, driving all that high tension, versus the parasympathetic nervous system, which is our rest and digest mode, absolutely crucial for healing and relaxation. The real problem with chronic stress is that it actually turns off the parasympathetic system. When we're constantly tense, our bodies literally cannot do the maintenance work required to heal and rest. We have to learn to manually turn that system back on. Which brings us to Section 3, the PMR technique explained. Dr. Jacobson had this truly profound insight regarding this exact problem. He said, you cannot make yourself relax. You must allow yourself to relax. It is a natural process. You can't just forcefully command your muscles to let go. Actually, scratch that. The harder you try to force it, the more tense you usually become. But what you can do is train your body to recognize the contrasting sensations of tension and release. By intentionally creating tension, the subsequent release just happens naturally.
So here's the core mechanic of PMR. We're going to tense specific muscles using only about 2/3 of our maximum effort. Please don't overdo it. You hold that tension for exactly 6 to 10 seconds. And then, this is the magic part, you completely release the tension all at once. Imagine a tight string pulling your muscle together, and you suddenly cut that string with a pair of scissors. Just snip! That sudden, complete drop is exactly what trains your nervous system to finally let go.
All right, Section 4. The 14 muscle groups. We're going to start at the very top. For your face, tighten it up into a deep frown or a mean face. Don't worry about looking a little silly here. Nobody is judging you. Hold it and then completely release. Next, the front of your neck. Gently pull your chin down toward your chest. Really feel that tension tighten and let it go. Finally, for the back of the neck and head, look upward gently without straining, hold, and release. Just notice the contrast as that heavy relaxation floods those areas. Now, what's really interesting about this process is how we map out the upper body tension. For your shoulders, raise them all the way up to your ears. For your arms, push your palms together in front of your chest, or just hook your fingers and pull. For your hands, make tight fists. For your upper back, gently pull your elbows back as if you're trying to touch your shoulder blades together. And for your chest and stomach, tighten those muscles like you're starting to roll up into a little ball. Remember, you want to hold each of these for 6 to 10 seconds, and then truly feel that heavy, warm relaxation wash over you when you drop the tension all at once. Continuing systematically downward, we target the lower body. For the lower back, arch it very gently. For the buttocks, contract and then release. For your thighs, press them downward while tightening the upper muscles. For your calves, lift your heels and point your toes downward. But hey, go really easy here so you don't cramp up. And finally, for your toes, Curl them gently, hold, and release. A quick and absolutely essential warning though. Never strain or tighten any injured areas. The goal here is sensory contrast, definitely not pain. Once you've gone all the way from your head down to your toes, just take a moment to scan your body. Repeat that tension and release process on any lingering tightness you might find. Let the relaxation permeate every single muscle. Just allow that warm, heavy feeling of rest to completely take over. This is the exact feeling of your parasympathetic nervous system turning back on. Section 5. Making it a habit. Integrating this physical shift into your daily routine is vital for long-term stress management. So here are the best practices to keep in mind for a safe and effective routine. Always start with a few deep, diaphragmatic belly breaths just to signal to your body that it's time to calm down. Remember to only use 2/3 effort when tensing. It's not a contest. Never strain injured muscles. And try to practice in a quiet, safe place, especially as you're just learning the ropes. Taking literally just a few minutes a day to do this can completely close your daily stress cycle, stopping all that chronic tension from accumulating.
I want to conclude this explainer by asking you this. How does your body feel in this exact moment compared to when we first started? Hopefully, you feel a noticeable positive shift. You have the power to take active control over your bodily tension. You don't just have to be a passenger to your stress, but it kind of makes you wonder, if you were carrying around that much hidden physical tension, what other biological switches is your brain leaving in the on position without you even realizing it? Keep practicing that release, and I'll see you in the next explainer.